Officers say this tragedy is a reminder to parents to talk to their kids about the danger of putting things around their necks. Last year, 6 Oregonians died by accidental hanging or suffocation.
The man responsible for a standoff that locked down 3 elementary schools faces formal charges. 22-year-old Jimmy Montiel faces a slew of charges for what happened yesterday in Tigard. Police say the standoff began after he and another man got into a fight. He was tracked to a house where he stayed holed up for 5 hours. During that time, 3 local Tigard schools were locked down. Police finally went in and got Montiel.
A case of road rage sends a 21-year-old Hillsborough man to the hospital with stab wounds. Kenny Lovell is in stable condition tonight after police say he was stabbed by a 16-year-old boy. The two had apparently been involved in some kind of traffic dispute when the fight broke out. Police say the teen stabbed the victim in the side with a pocket knife. He's being held in the Washington County Jail on 1 count of assault. Now take a good look at these pictures. Salem police hope showing you these personal items will help them identify the man who owns them. He's a hit-and-run victim. The man, who's Hispanic and in his early to mid-20s, is in Salem Hospital. He has not regained consciousness since he was intentionally run down by a car last night. Police say 2 men were fighting behind a Salem grocery store when a car ran the victim down on purpose. The other man involved in the fight fled the scene. So did the driver of the car. The victim has severe head and chest injuries. If you have any information, please call the Salem police.
The Lake Oswego man who threatened to fly his plane into a Portland building in January has lost his pilot's license. 2 F-15 fighter jets were launched January 15th after 36-year-old Guy Pratt told an airport worker he was thinking about flying his vintage plane into Portland's tallest building. The airfield worker reported the comment to the Federal Aviation Administration. The FAA says Pratt's license was revoked because of misinformation found on his application. Tonight, Lon Mabon is out of jail. He's the anti-gay rights activist who's being sued for failing to pay a $30,000 judgment in an assault case. He'd been locked up for refusing to testify in a hearing. The judge allowed him out for 5 days so he can take part in a deposition.
The State Court of Appeals has stopped short of ruling that Eagles clubs must allow women to join. Today, a judge returned the case to a lower court, saying there needs to be a trial to determine whether state anti-discrimination laws apply to the organization. The National Club started admitting women in 1995, but reversed the policy in '99. The Oregon case involves one woman's challenge of the membership rules at a Salem Eagles chapter. 3
workers at the Oregon freeze-dry company in Albany were hospitalized today after breathing in carbon monoxide. These are some old pictures at the plant. Firefighters say 1 worker collapsed after entering a section of the plant, and then 2 other workers went to help. They also collapsed. The 3 were taken to Albany General Hospital, treated and released. There is no word on what caused the carbon monoxide leak.
Tense conditions in the Middle East and the approaching summer travel season are driving up gas prices. Many stations around town are already converting to summer fuel blends, which burn cleaner, but they are more expensive to refine. Right now, the price of crude oil is more than $27 a barrel. That's a 30% increase since the beginning of the year. A AAA spokesman says it's still too early to forecast whether we'll see record high prices like we did a year ago. Local consumers are cautiously optimistic.
I'll still drive my car, but I do take light rail to work, so I park and ride. That's the only way I can serve on driving around.
The average price of gas in Oregon is $1.41 a gallon. That's among the 12 highest in the nation.
Quest has until tomorrow to tell 10 Oregon cities how much it owes them for using public rights-of-way. Last month, a federal judge ruled that cities can charge telecommunication companies a fee for stringing up those telephone lines or setting up equipment on public property. The 10 Oregon cities, led by Portland, are after millions of dollars that Quest has withheld since last summer. Quest has continually refused to provide detailed financial records so cities can know how much the company owes.
More violence in Israel. Tonight we hear from an Oregonian who is in the middle of the danger zone. Hear the first-hand account of what it's really like.
A second American has been discovered among the Taliban and al-Qaeda detainees in Cuba. More on his background later.
And wind power means more than 1,000 new jobs are on their way to Portland. Details on who's hiring still ahead.
On the weather deck, no jacket. I'm enjoying a beautiful spring evening. It was warmer today than yesterday. Our high temperature 69, not a record, but certainly warm for this time of the year. The low this morning was 38 degrees. My forecast, we're actually talking about snow levels. Wonder what that means for the weekend. Find out tonight at 10:31.
Earlier today on Good Day
He
Oregon.
made reference to a swamp cooler.
Yes, he did.
And we acted like we all knew what he was talking about. None of us have any idea.
It's one of those air conditioning units that you plop on your window.
It sounds like some kind of great new cola drink. Swamp cooler keeps your
Can you
Watch Good Day Oregon tomorrow.
Now hear this. It's your appetite talking. You're not gonna believe this, baby.
It's Arby's $5 value roundup. Choose any 2 chicken sandwiches,
Don't they look tasty?
or 3 beef and cheddars, or 4 regular roast beefs, all for just $5. It's a great deal.
Deal. More like a yum-o-rama.
Arby's $5 value roundup.
Give in to your grown-up tastes.
This spring, Lowe's is improving home improvement. Only Lowe's has the full line of Weyerhaeuser Choice Deck. A space-age material so revolutionary you won't have to paint it, stain it, or treat it ever. And ever is a very long time. And Lowe's promises low prices every day. Guaranteed. Lowe's, improving home improvement.
Just use your Lowe's card and there's 0 payments, 0 finance charges until January 2003.
Are you currently taking Prozac for depression but still feel depressed? Symptoms may include feeling down, sad, hopeless, blue, and irritable. Pacific Northwest Clinical Research Center is looking for individuals who have been taking Prozac for at least 4 weeks but are not improving enough. All research-related care and study medication are provided at no cost to those who qualify. If your dose of Prozac just isn't enough, call Pacific Northwest Clinical Research Center at 503-228-CARE.
Hey, get down here fast. They got the silver one. Okay, bye.
Claim your Volkswagen. Now's the perfect time.
Val's deadly look-alike is back.
You're gonna die, Valerie Irons.
VIP.
Saturday on KPTV, Oregon's 12. You're watching the 10 o'clock news.
In Israel today, 12 Palestinians and an Israeli soldier were killed. This is the 6th day of Israel's offensive aimed at crushing terrorism. Only 2 major West Bank towns remain under Palestinian control. This is also the 6th day PLO leader Yasser Arafat remains cornered inside his headquarters in Ramallah. And Secretary of State Colin Powell now may soon have face-to-face meetings with Israeli and Arab leaders.
2 people from Portland are in the line of fire tonight in Israel. Tom Nelson and Lori Knightley are on a peace mission to the Middle East.
Now, so far, very little peace as they are forced to leave Ramallah and dodge bullets in Bethlehem. KPTV's Chris Murphy is in news control. Chris, you met with Nelson's wife tonight. Got to be scared to death.
I'll tell you, she's very nervous tonight, Kurt and Shauna. Esther Nelson now fears for her husband's life, but she says his push for peace in the Middle East is worth the risk.
Are you in Jerusalem now?
Esther Nelson, happy to hear her husband Tom is now in Jerusalem and out of Ramallah. His mission of peace starts in Ramallah on Saturday with this. Nelson is forced to flee the city where Palestinian leader Yasser Arafat is surrounded by Israelis and under fire. Banished to Bethlehem, it's no better. On Monday, 8 people in his peace group are hurt as Israeli soldiers fire on them near Manger Square.
A fellow right next to me was hit. He was the Palestinian cameraman, and he got shrapnel in his side.
I am concerned.
Nelson's wife, Esther, now fears for Tom's life. But both being former Peace Corps members in the Middle East, Esther understands Tom's desire to make a difference in the troubled region.
It's very important for him to do the right thing. And if I stood in the way of that, I'm not sure that how I would feel about myself.
Nelson is part of a group called Americans United for Palestinian Human Rights. His aim is to help protect Palestinian civilians from attack, even if that means he has to stand in front of Israeli tanks and bulldozers about to destroy Palestinian homes.
The violence has obviously escalated and the tension has escalated, but he had a rough idea of what the situation is there. And I think at a certain point you make a philosophical decision or a decision of conscience, and it really takes care of the fear. Fear is a minor issue.
Nonetheless, Esther's glued to the TV coverage of the conflict, and now she waits by the phone for word of when Tom is coming home.
All right. Bye. Love you.
At first, Nelson planned to return to Portland on the 11th of April. Now he plans to come home as soon as he can. Kurt and Shauna, Tom told me on the phone tonight from Jerusalem, in all his trips to the Middle East, this is the most violent he's ever seen it there.
Boy, his wife just must be terrified until he gets home. Chris Murphy, thank you.
Well, tonight we have learned that one of the Taliban detainees being held at Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, is a U.S. citizen. The man is identified as Yasser Issam Hamdi. He is the second American. The other, John Walker Lynn, captured in Afghanistan along Taliban and al-Qaeda fighters last fall. Hamdi was born in Louisiana, but his family moved back to Saudi Arabia when he was a toddler. As an American, he could end up being transferred from the detention center in Cuba. The other American, Walker Lind, is charged with conspiring to murder U.S. nationals and will stand trial later this month. A man believed to be a founding member of al-Qaeda has pleaded guilty to charges of attempted murder. Mamdouh Mahmoud Salim has been charged with stabbing a prison guard in the eye and leaving him with permanent brain damage. Salim is believed to be one of Osama bin Laden's top associates. He still faces trial on terrorism conspiracy charges. He was extradited after prosecutors promised not to go after the death penalty.
An emotional homecoming today for nearly 30 Oregon Army National Guard members.
This is home. This is absolutely home. What do you think, Ben? What do you think, Ben? Are you glad to be home?
Oh, Ben must be thrilled his daddy's home. An enthusiastic welcoming committee greeted the 241st Military Intelligence Company as they arrived at the Jackson Armory this morning. The soldiers have been on a peacekeeping mission in Bosnia since September. This was Oregon's 9th unit to mobilize and deploy since the Gulf War. After a valiant effort to carry his team to the playoffs, Michael Jordan is calling it quits, but only for the season.
Yeah, at least that's what he hopes, but at 39, who knows if he'll ever be back. Tim Becker joins us now with more on MJ's announcements.
You know, the guy's heart is in the right place, but I don't know if his body's going to be able to keep up with him at 39 years old. Michael's teammates were kind of bummed out, but not the least bit surprised when he told them that he is done for the season. His decision comes a day after he scored a career-worst 2 points in a career-low 12 minutes of playing time in a loss to the Lakers last night. His knee is just too swollen and painful to continue. Jordan had surgery, if you'll remember, in late February and might have tried to come back just too soon.
What he said to me was he's going to shut it down, let the thing heal, get the inflammation out of there, and whether that's 6 weeks or 8 weeks or whatever it might be, and he's doing it with the idea that he wants to play next year.
Okay, onward we go to Hot Shots tonight, a match made in baseball heaven. Leave it to a couple of Oakland A's fans to tie the knot outside the team's stadium this week before a game. Bridesmaids had their toenails painted Oakland green, and amid the team colors, the husband and wife-to-be in their go-to-the-ball-game best walked down the aisle to hit a lifelong home run.
So long as you both shall live.
I will.
Or until the A's win the World Series.
Ah, they make a beautiful couple, don't they? I bet they're Raider fans, too. Anyway, the newlyweds hail from Weed, California, about an hour from the Oregon border, and make the trip, the 4-hour trip to Oakland, they say, once a month to watch their beloved A's play baseball.
I think they've been smoking some weed.
You know, it's the wedding every little girl dreams of.
Yeah.
You know, shorts, T-shirts, green nail polish.
Flip-flops.
Open that scrapbook and just look at those pictures again.
She was crying, I think, going, what did I do?
Thanks, Tim.
Sure. Coming up, Rod says our sunshine is fading.
Also, could a chicken lay an egg that could cure cancer? The latest in HealthCast coming up.
And find out why some health experts recommend teaching babies sign language even if they don't have a hearing problem.
And tomorrow night at 10, there is something in the air, and if your eyes have been watering, your nose stuffy, you're not alone. Find out the reason you're sneezing tomorrow on the 10 o'clock news.
The Olympics may be over, but at Car Chevy World, the celebration is just beginning. Car Chevy has just received over 110 official Olympic vehicles direct from Salt Lake City. Suburbans, Tahoes, Trailblazers, and Astros used at the games. Right now, they're all priced at just $99 over original factory invoice. Plus, special 0% financing. Collector edition vehicles all on sale for just $99 over original factory invoice. Plus 0% financing for 36 months. Only at Car Chevy World. So hurry, because the savings like the gold go to the Swift.
A write-off for weight loss? See why shedding extra pounds could mean extra money for you at tax time. Coming up on the 10 o'clock news.
Where fresh-baked pizza is tradition, people are talking about Papa Murphy's Take and Bake.
So you pick up any kind you want?
Anything.
Fresh toppings?
Fresh toppings, fresh dough, premium sauce.
Freshly grated cheese?
Read my lips, Maria. It's all fresh.
Pick up a super fresh Papa Murphy's large chicken garlic for just $7.99. Family size it for just $2 more.
Say it's not better than mine.
The truth can be painful, Maria.
Papa Murphy's Take and Bake. Pizza chain of the year.
Tonight's weather report on the 10 o'clock news is brought to you by American Family Insurance. All your protection under one roof. Look in the white or yellow pages and call today.
We sell close to 3 million boxes per month.
This is our smallest box.
This is our biggest box. We go on to the next question.
For 20 years, Boxes Incorporated has kept its commercial insurance neatly packaged with only one company, American Family Insurance.
Our American Family agent got to know us and to know our business. He's a real professional.
American Family Insurance. All your protection under one roof.
Any size, any shape. Boxes are our bag.
American Family Insurance.
In tonight's HealthCast, some encouraging news on the battle against Parkinson's disease.
Yeah, scientists in Florida are reporting gene therapy is helping rats with a form of Parkinson's. After injecting 2 corrective genes into a rat's brain, it looks as if the rat's normal limb movement was restored. Scientists say the therapy is not a cure, but it could lead to better methods for delaying and controlling Parkinson's in people.
Chicken eggs could someday be used to treat cancer and other medical problems. Researchers say they've genetically engineered chickens to produce consistent levels of an enzyme in their eggs. This suggests chickens could be used as living bioreactors to make proteins used in human medicine. Sheep, goats, and rabbits also produce human proteins in their milk, but the advantage of using chickens is that they mature faster than mammals.
This is the way we wash our face so early in the morning. All right, get going.
Well, it might seem too soon to start using sign language with your baby, but some experts say signing actually helps kids develop better communication skills. At the Beaverton Library today, parents and their kids learn some basic signs that'll make it easier to communicate during meal times, getting dressed, even being gentle with pets. The program is designed for hearing parents and hearing children, and it's based on the book Sign with Your Baby by Joseph Garcia.
State lawmakers and medical personnel are spreading the word this week about a new law aimed at protecting abandoned babies. Under the Oregon Safe Haven law, parents can surrender a baby less than 30 days old at any hospital, doctor's office, police or fire station without facing criminal charges. State authorities will then place the baby in protective custody. In 1998, baby Star was left at Legacy Emmanuel Hospital and survived in part because she received immediate medical care.
Shed those unhealthy pounds and you might see your wallet grow. The IRS is now recognizing obesity as a disease that qualifies for a tax reduction. This means the IRS will allow taxpayers to claim weight loss expenses as a medical deduction. Until now, taxpayers could only deduct the costs of weight loss programs if a doctor recommended it to treat a specific disease. To qualify for the new deduction, taxpayers must participate in a weight loss program for medical reasons. And don't get any wise ideas. Simply joining a gym to look better will not qualify you.
You are reading my mind. A renewed recall tonight on cedar chests, which can be dangerous if children crawl inside them. Lane Home Furnishings is recalling 6.5 million cedar chests chess made between the years 1912 and 1987, sold under the brand names Lane or Virginia Made. The airtight chess lock automatically and could suffocate a child that crawls inside. The company says about 1 out of every 17 households owns one of these chests. Wow. 1 out of 17. If you have one, call Lane Home Furnishings at 1-888-856-8758 or visit their website at newlock.net.
Nearly a third of the nation is experiencing a drought, and for many states, this is the worst in decades. In New Jersey, it's the worst dry spell in a century. It's bad for business, it's bad for fish. In Maryland, at least 50 rivers have fallen to record low levels, which means the hatcheries can't release any trout. In other states like Kansas, Oklahoma, and Montana, wheat fields are suffering. Farmers need 40 inches of rain in the next 2 months to avoid a crisis.
What you're seeing here is a pretty intense drought that's occurred during a low impact type of time of year. But the real concern is what happens from this point onward.
The drought is already affecting 36 states.
Here's Rod, and we've got it so good here, we forget how other parts of the country could be suffering.
You know, much of that part of the country, Kansas, 40 inches of rain is what they would get in a normal year.
Never going to see that the rest of the season.
They're not going to see that in 2 months. And remember, you know, it was, we were into like February. We were talking about Chicago, for example, getting their first snow. Much of the country was warm and didn't have the snow precipitation that they normally have. So that's part of the problem. Here at home, though, oh my, things are so wonderful, aren't they? Yes.
But the sunshine's going away. That's what you...
We have one more day. And I really haven't changed the forecast. We're still talking about clouds moving in on Friday for the weekend. I do want to give you an update if you have plans to travel across the high country this weekend or perhaps go skiing. Take a look at our Cascade snow level forecast. Currently, you have to get up there to about 11,000 feet to find any freezing temperatures. Beginning on Friday, the snow level will start to trickle down, and by Friday evening, we do expect some precipitation, still above past levels of 6,000 feet. Then for the weekend, still don't have a good handle on if we're going to be seeing heavy precipitation or light precipitation, but it certainly looks likely we'll get some on Saturday and Sunday. With snow levels down to past levels at around 4,000 feet, so it could be a bit of a mess going over Government Camp and up toward Mount Hood or Timberline Lodge, and also down south to Mount Bachelor. And then on Monday, the snow level will start to bounce up again to about 5,000 feet, so we'll keep you updated on that tomorrow as well. Now, as promised, here at home, let's go to the temperatures. It was a bit warmer today, and look at the 70s in the metro area. Troutdale at 72, the warm spot, Hillsborough, McMinnville, and Aurora, all hitting 70 degrees or better this afternoon. Look at Medford, 81 degrees. Brookings jumps out at you. They had a flow coming in from the Pacific, and it was actually cloudy. That's why they only had a temperature of 53. Elsewhere, though, pretty nice. 67 degrees in Ontario. Astoria, beautiful sunny day at the coast. You folks got up to about 64 degrees, and it was much warmer across just about all of Washington State. Seattle, in fact, finally getting up into the 60s at 61 today. Olympia had a temperature of 63. It was also 63 degrees in Long Beach. My forecast check for today, I said sunny and great, 68 and 40. And the actuals at the Portland airport were 69 and 38, so all good numbers there. Outside, we're cleared this evening. We're at 54 degrees, still very warm. Dew point's at 39, though, so we'll get back down around 40 by morning. Barometers on the rise. Our wind is calm. I want to show you the difference between an onshore flow and an offshore flow. Here are those clouds along the California coast, and they do extend up into the extreme southern Oregon coast. Brookings, still cloudy at this hour. An onshore flow. Now, we have an offshore flow, and it's still beautifully clear here across the rest of Oregon and Washington State. But these clouds will start slipping a little bit farther northward up the beaches during the day tomorrow, and then we'll see this come in on us on Friday. And this weak weather system will come in, it looks like Friday evening. So the clouds start to take us over Friday. By Friday evening, we'll start to look for some good chances to get some rain. Across the country, some pretty good thunderstorms. You can see the watch boxes there in the southeast, and those thunderstorms pushing off the east coast tonight. The west, very dry. Here's the high temperature, 61 in New York today, 86 down in Miami. Chicago at 40, still some coolness up here. Minneapolis at 30. Look how hot in the desert southwest. Phoenix today, 94. Vegas was at 89. 78 degrees in Reno. It was 60 degrees in San Francisco. Okay, for tomorrow, those clouds on the South Oregon coast will start to make their way northward. In fact, in the afternoon, they could creep all the way up into Newport with a high temperature of 60 degrees. Staying sunny, I think, Tillamook up the coast to Long Beach. Winds near shore will be from the northwest at 15 knots. In the valleys, we start off with sunshine again. Love those sunny mornings. All day long it'll be sunny. Look at the 70s again. Salem 70, Eugene 70. Winds will be fairly light, 5 to 12 miles per hour. 58 degrees up at Government Camp. Another day of certainly spring-like conditions. Willamette Pass at 64. Again, winds will be light, so beautiful weather. A little bit unstable. Could see some afternoon cumulus clouds in central Oregon. Redmond and Bend looking for partly sunny skies to develop. Temperatures up to about 70. And the same story for John Day and Burns tomorrow. John Day getting up to 70 after a morning low of 30. Baker City, plenty of sunshine. LeGrand, partly sunny, 64. And Pendleton, bright sunshine. I think you'll get up to about 72 tomorrow. In the Columbia River Gorge, again, winds will be light because there's no temperature difference. 73 at the Dalles and 70 at the west end at Cascade Locks. West winds at only 10 miles per hour. 45 in the morning. We'll be up to 63 by noon tomorrow. Enjoy it. Another beautiful sunny day. And the last one before you start to bring in the clouds and bring in the cooler temperatures with some rain. There's the cloudiness on Friday, 63, but it's a day that could be dry most of the time before rain moves in late day. And then we'll look for occasional rain with what looks to be a fairly decent west flow with the jet stream aiming itself toward us on Saturday and Sunday. Monday, who knows, and then Tuesday, it looks like the chance of rain right now. On this date in history, by the way, in 1974, the super outbreak of tornadoes, the largest known outbreak ever to hit our country. 148 twisters claimed 315 lives across 11 states, including the infamous Xenia, Ohio tornado, which took the lives of 34 people. Now, that was back before the Doppler radar technology, and certainly, and back at a time where you ripped off a tornado warning off the teletype, then you had to manually type it in, and let's face it, by the time you got all of that done, the storm was already here and gone.
Wow.
So certainly that type of outbreak could still happen today, but I'd like to think we'd be able to tell people to get in their basements a little bit sooner.
Thank you, Rod.
Thanks, Rod. Yeah. Well, the economy has hit many Oregon families very hard.
But now an alternative energy source is about to carry more than 1,000 jobs into Oregon. Details ahead.
And a Florida man says he knows who really killed Reverend Martin Luther King Jr.
Transmission problems? Take it to the experts. AMCO. For a job done right, guaranteed, at a price that's right. Call 1-800-GO-AMCO.
It's Car Toys Expo Sale. Buy the Nokia 5165, get $50 cash back from AT&T. For $39.99 a month, get 600 anytime minutes, 3,000 night and weekend minutes with long distance included, and 4 months free DVD rentals.
Car Toys, better way to go!
The tires are here at Les Schwab Tire Centers everywhere, celebrating the West's largest tire sale, the Spring Tire Sale. In passenger and performance tires, the 800 Ultra, Spectrum, Grand Am, Proxys FZ4, the all-new ZE 326. For pickups and SUVs, Wild Country, Wildcats, Trailcat, the new SXT. All this and more on sale. Custom wheels, exciting new styles. Happening now at Les Schwab, the West's largest tire sale.
The winds of change are blowing for Oregon's economy. Details on a deal to bring more than 1,000 new jobs to Portland coming up on the 10 o'clock news.
Since 1923, the Portland Police Bureau Sunshine Division has provided emergency food and supplies to families in need.
But the program relies on your generosity.
This is why we're teaming up with Zupan's Markets on a food drive benefiting the Sunshine Division.
Yeah, we're calling it Project Ray of Hope.
But we need your help.
That's right. Throughout the month, please drop off any non-perishable food item right here at Zupan's Markets.
Help the Sunshine Division brighten the lives of those in need.
The Jumbo Feast from Godfather's Pizza is big. It comes with a jumbo half and half that's 18 inches across, piled with a pound of cheese. It's big as 2 mediums, with half specialty pie, half one topper. Plus it comes with new garlic cheese bread and a dessert pizza. The Jumbo Feast from Godfather's Pizza is big, and it's only $16.99.
Your hunger will be taken care of.
I'll go to the haircutting pros at Supercuts. Just look what they did for my team. Hey, Super Team, Supercuts. Supercuts. Racing never looks so good.
Your hair can look as good as those guys. Call 1-800-SUPERCUTS for the location near you. Supercuts, as hip as you want to be.
In News from America tonight, a Florida man claims his father killed Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Reverend Ronald Denton Wilson says James Earl Ray, who went to jail for murdering King, actually only bought the rifle that killed him. Wilson says his father, Henry Clay Wilson, was the one who pulled the trigger. The civil rights leader was assassinated on April 4th, 1968. The FBI says it's looking into the Reverend Wilson's claims. WorldCom is planning to cut 3,700 jobs in the U.S. The long-distance telephone and data services company says the move is needed to make up costs. WorldCom Group operates data, internet, and international businesses. And Microsoft President and Chief Operating Officer Rick Belluzzo is stepping down. Belluzzo has been in the position for just a little more than a year. Microsoft has no immediate plans to replace him. Belluzzo says he plans to start his own company.
The federal government wants to protect the young salmon and steelhead who migrate down the Columbia River, so they'll try to relocate a colony of Caspian terns this spring. The birds like to eat the fish, but studies have shown they eat less when they settle on East Sand Island. That's about 15 miles upstream from where they are now. The federal government will prepare 6 acres of tern habitat on East Sand Island. That's near the mouth of the Columbia. And they'll also conduct studies on the birds. It's all part of a settlement agreement made by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, and conservation groups that sued the government last April over the relocation efforts. Well, you can see lots of birds at the Jackson Bottom Wetlands. It's 710 acres of trails and wildlife in Hillsborough. And there are big plans in the works to build a $2.5 million, 6,000 square foot education center. Construction should be complete by December, but on Saturday from 1 to 4, you can enjoy refreshments and tours to learn more about the wetlands and plans for the new building. The event at the Clean Water Services Water Quality Lab on Hillsborough Highway is free.
For the first time in 12 years, there will be no spraying to eliminate gypsy moths in Oregon. Every year since 1990, the Oregon Department of Agriculture has sprayed somewhere in the state. Eradication projects are based on gypsy moth trapping results of the previous year. Last year, only 8 of the moths were caught. Wasn't always like this, though. Back in 1984, the state caught more than 19,000 gypsy moths, mostly in Lane County. Those moths destroy plants and, in some cases, entire forests.
A traditional Native American canoe is reintroduced to the waters of the Columbia River today in time for the upcoming Lewis and Clark Bicentennial celebration. The Salmon Dancer is decorated with Native American-style fish, otters, and a protective eagle sweeping around the stern. It's a replica of those used by the Chinooks at the time of the Lewis and Clark expedition. It'll carry groups of 12 people on tours of the Columbia River, while an interpreter discusses the area's rich Native American history.
We're basically going to run from the early Chinook Indians on through the early explorers, the Hudson Bay fur trappers, and then up into the early settlers of the Oregon area. We found that between shipbuilding and logging, the rivers and the waters and the wetlands were really where it was at. And we wanted to pass that along.
The canoe is one of just 48 like it in North America.
Oregon is about to gain hundreds of new jobs.
The blast to our economy is coming through wind power. More on the alternative energy source and how it will help people looking for work.
And what one county is doing to better protect its police officers.
Now it's time for tonight's winning lottery numbers, starting with Oregon Megabucks. 1, 17, 19, 20, 22, 32. Win for life, 19, 30, 45, 54.
Washington Lotto, 7, 16, 17, 20, 23, 38. Daily game, 115.
And tonight's Powerball numbers are 8, 14, 17, 29, 36. The Powerball is 3. The Power Play number is 1. Good luck.
They're outmaneuvered and outwitted.
Millions of innocent people about to die when you detonate.
But to stop a doomsday missile,
It's just you and me now.
there's only one way out.
Initiate the self-destruct sequence.
On the next Star Trek Voyager.
Tonight on KPTV, Oregon's 12.
I love the 80s. Mix 107.5. It's the best songs from the 80s and more.
They play all my favorites.
Phil Collins, The Police, The Pretenders.
Mix 107.5, home of the no repeat workday and the best songs of the 80s and more.
It is my favorite station.
Some say our country's in a funk. Punks. We're Americans. We're hot-rodding, wave-shredding, bronc-busting, meat-eating sons of guns, and we're gonna keep rolling. You a little short on dough? I got your back. I've beefed up my value menu so you can fill up and get on with your guitar-wailing, tree-hugging, chain-sawing, spring-breaking, allowance-earning, freedom-loving life. Oh, and one more thing. Keep smiling. This is still the best darn country on earth.
the lap of luxury? Just log on to Tonkin.com and shop our huge selection for the car you love without ever leaving the Lazy Boy.
I love the 80s. Mix 107.5.
They play all my favorites.
We listen all day at work. It's a great mix.
Mix 107.5, home of the no repeat workday and the best songs of the 80s and more.
I love all the songs.
On Wall Street, the Dow dropped 115 points to close at 10,198. The Nasdaq's down 20 at 1784. The 10 o'clock news continues in a moment.
This is my country. These are my people. This is the world I understand.
It's not just talking about service. It's really knowing the people we serve.
I know them like the back of my own hand.
Country Insurance and Financial Services. Real people, real answers, real quick.
Get motivated today. Get really motivated now. Get 25% off dues and 25% off enrollment fee. Call 1-800-204-2400. It's the way we make you feel.
Anytime's a good time.
There's something irresistible about buttermilk pancakes, and only one place to go for the very best, IHOP. And right now you can enjoy our famous buttermilk pancakes for just $1. That's right, buy any beverage and get breakfast for $1. So stop by IHOP for the sweetest deal around. 3 delicious pancakes for just $1. One taste and you'll see why everybody's favorite pancakes come from IHOP. Anytime's a good time for IHOP.
He talked about marriage?
Why, he says it with his eyes.
Rebecca's got a new blue-collar beau. Next time on Cheers.
Tonight on KPTV, Oregon's 12.
Windmill power will soon be blowing about 1,000 new jobs into North Portland. A Danish company that builds giant electric generating turbines is moving its American headquarters here. As KPTV's Jim Hyde reports, some of that work will go to neighbors in North and Northeast Portland.
The ill winds of recession, which have lifted Oregon to the top unemployment rate in these United States, are changing. Vestas, the Danish manufacturer of giant turbines like these already in eastern Oregon, is going to start making them in Portland.
We are going to link Copenhagen, Portland, and its industrial Rivergate district, and Pendleton and the rest of Oregon.
113 acres of Rivergate industrial property will be home to Vestas investment here in North Portland. The mayor says the final agreement will mean $100 million to be spent on plant and equipment to generate 1,000 new jobs.
This is great news for Portlanders and Oregonians who've been hit the hardest by a recession.
Mayor Katz compared Vestas plans to the coming of Wacker Siltronic, the German chip maker that located on the west bank of the Willamette in the 1970s. One benefit for Vestas comes from training on and underemployed neighbors for some jobs in the new turbine factory. Federal tax credits up to $10 million could come its way. State economic development directors say there will be jobs for experienced metals, plastic, and construction workers, too.
Many of the people in the Northeast will, from our standpoint, receive top priority for purposes of training, upgrade training, and jobs.
Earl and I are often referred to as windbags, and the good news is we now get a tax credit for it.
The tax credits Congress just extended actually go to utilities that buy the hardware to make green power, not to mention the farmers who lease the land the windmills will wind up on.
The facility will have to be completed within 1 year. The timetable is very short.
The mayor says Vestas executives didn't come today because they're busy. Too many windmills on back order. Jim Hyde, the 10 o'clock news.
A spokesman in Denmark says Vestas American wind technology has an order for 175 turbines and an option for 650 more. Construction of the North Portland plant should be finished next summer.
And more good news for people looking for work. Forest River Incorporated plans to triple the size of its RV plant in Dallas, Oregon, and hire at least 100 workers this year. The company moved into one of the former Caterpillar factory buildings back in 1999. Company just bought 2 more buildings at that site, adding another 190,000 square feet of space. Forest River plans to begin hiring new employees within a few weeks.
Some new legislation will help protect police officers from the hazardous materials they encounter when they bust meth labs. U.S. Representative Brian Baird says too many officers are getting sick after meth busts. His legislation authorizes $25 million in grants for police agencies over 3 years. The money would provide protective equipment and training to thousands of police officers. Baird says rural police departments are often forced to just ignore meth labs because the cleanup is just too expensive.
You need to have trained people to go in. They have to be equipped. You need to have fire suppression support in some cases, and you need to have hazardous material crews to follow up and clean things up. Plus, it takes a long time to stake out a meth lab beforehand and afterwards, and almost every rural sheriff I've talked to has told me that they know of labs that if they had the resources, they could take down tomorrow.
Congressman Baird says the cost of a single meth lab investigation can run up to $1,200 per officer.
A lengthy and expensive traffic study will be done in the Beaverton area to try and figure out how to ease congestion on Highway 217. And in last night's 12 Talkback online poll question, we asked you if you would pay a toll to use a special lane to avoid the traffic on 217. Most of you thought a toll was a bad idea. 83% voting no.
Coming up, Rod has a final look at the morning forecast.
And in sports, the Oregon football team regroups to find a new quarterback. Tim Becker checks in on their progress when we come back.
So if I use you, can you get me discounts on hotels, attractions, not even shopping? Next! Very nice, but do you come with a full-service travel agency? Didn't think so. No roadside assistance. Bye-bye. So, AAA guy, you do all that, plus car and homeowner's insurance? Wow. What else? Oh, a star is born. AAA, join now and avoid the crowds, because membership means more.
I wanna be with a girl like you. I said I wanna be with a girl like you. Oh yeah. My friend said that you're the best, and I wanna be with a girl like I wanna be with a girl like I wanna be with a girl like you.
I called my husband from work and I'm like, meet me at work, we're gonna go to Izzy's tonight. So we can sit down and have a family dinner together.
They have fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, breadsticks, anything that you want.
The Southwestern mesquite pizza looked delicious.
Izzy's is a wonderful place to have an event.
We can drive in and be sitting at the table and the kids are eating within 2 minutes.
Izzy's has always been reasonably priced.
The peach cobbler is wonderful.
They have like everything, I think.
If there's lots of places that you would like to see,
fly Southwest Airlines, because friends fly free.
For romance.
Give it a chance.
Fly so you can dance.
Fly so you can cry.
Fly, cause it's America.
From sea to shining sea!
And if you fly Southwest Airlines,
your friend flies free.
Announcing Friends Fly Free from Southwest Airlines. Simply purchase a special discounted fare starting at $59 and a friend comes along for free.
You are now free to move about the country.
You know how the phone always rings at dinner time? It's incredible.
You know, my daughter needs her own line.
Call Verizon. We'll ask, we'll listen, we'll put together the right package of products and services to help make your life a little easier.
You know, my boyfriend's in another state. Can you help?
You know how I can download my grandson before he's a grandpa?
Call now. We'll show you what we know.
You know what I'm saying.
I know exactly what you mean.
Verizon.
Tonight's sports report on the 10 o'clock news is brought to you by Honda. See your Honda dealer today to learn more about the great value Honda has to offer.
What's that for? Gas money. Ah, don't worry about it. No, take it. Well, if you insist. Absolutely.
Yes, the Civic from Honda. It
figures.
Okay, pick a number between 1 and 10. 2.9. That's a number and then part of a number.
Get special APR financing as low as 2.9% for 36 months on 2002 Civics.
Now sports with Tim Becker.
Friendly reminder, gang, if you ever go to a Mariner game or watch one on TV, don't leave until it is over. Tonight, they score 4 runs in the 9th for their 2nd win in a row. The White Sox had some 4th-inning fireworks of their own when Royce Clayton takes Paul Abbott deep to center field for a 3-run home run. That broke up a 3-3 ball game, and it stayed that way until the 9th when the Mariners' bats got slap happy. Carlos Guillen, with a dangerous, always dangerous with the bases loaded, brought in a pair with that single to right. Then Ichiro picked up a pretty good time to pick up his first hit of the night. Luis Ugueto scored. That tied it at 6. And that brought Brett Boone to the dish with 2 outs. Booney delivers the game winner. M's take an absolute thriller. 7-6 is the final. In Los Angeles, Barry Bonds follows last night's 2-home-run game with an encore performance. A 3-run shot in the 1st, then another one in the 4th inning. You realize now he's on pace to hit 324 home runs this season. 2 a game, 162 games. Not going to happen. No way. Anyway, Giants bomb L.A. 12-0. All right, spring football is underway in Eugene, and the Ducks are back at it, searching for a few good men to fill some key spots, both at cornerback and at quarterback. Those are the 2 biggest challenges facing Mike Bellotti. Of course, most of the talk centers around who'll take over for Joey Harrington. Right now, number 12 has the job to lose. Jason Fife has some big, you can make that huge shoes to fill, but he's trying his darndest to not let it get to him.
It's a little kind of a pressure situation, but I mean, it's not as bad. It's just spring ball. It's stuff I know. Coaches, they told me beforehand just to go out and have fun, throw the ball around, do what I do best, and that's all I can think about right now.
Well, the 2 guys chasing him for the job are redshirt freshmen Kellen Clemens and Scott Vosmeyer. Blazers responded to their 3rd straight loss by holding a long, intense practice today, about 2.5 hours long, as they try to recapture the magic of that 12-game winning streak that ended last month. Just 8 games remain, starting with the New York Knicks tomorrow night. Somewhere in the swamps of New Jersey tonight, the Nets were taking their game to a whole new level against the Lakers. Richard Jefferson, in particular, serving up the facial to Mark Madsen. Then Jefferson helps the Nets take a 16-point lead with a follow slam. The Lakers scratched and clawed back into it, though. Kobe Bryant, who scored a game-high 33, swoops in to bring L.A. within 3, but Kobe missed the game-tying tip-in. The Nets take home the 94-92 win. Hey, the search to replace Richie McKay continues at Oregon State with no clear-cut front-runner in the picture right now. Possible candidates include Arizona assistant Jay John and Pacific's Bob Thomason. We do know it won't be Oklahoma assistant Ray Lopes. He officially accepted the job at Fresno State today. And the Washington Huskies have found a replacement for Bob Bender, and it's St. Louis University coach Lorenzo Romar. Romar's an ex-Husky himself, played there from 1978 to 80, but had a tough time leaving his team in St. Louis.
Love them like they were my sons. Hard decision to leave them. The school that I played my collegiate basketball at needed a coach, and they were interested in me. Again, if that were not the case, I'd still be here.
Well, Romar and the rest of the Pac-10 schools going to be happy to hear that Stanford's Casey Jacobson has thrown his hat into the ring for the NBA draft, but he also won't hire an agent, so that leaves open the possibility of returning if things don't work out. As a junior this season, he led the conference in scoring with about 22 points a game.
Nice to see that big, strong coach get a little emotional about leaving his boys.
He's a great guy. Lorenzo Romar really is.
Yeah, great. Thanks.
And my coach stays put. Quinn Snyder at Missouri.
Quinn Snyder staying at Missouri.
Yes. All right, take a look at your wake-up weather for tomorrow morning. Again, we'll start off with beautiful sunshine. We'll get down to the 30s in some spots, but by 7, most of us will be in the low to mid-40s, so a rapid warm-up. Sunrise will be 5:45.
Hey, Timmy, Rodney brought up something interesting during your Blazers.
Yeah.
They had a long practice of 2.5 hours.
There's just 2.5 hours? They're
That
making
is the way
millions.
they
What are they doing the rest of the day?
as the season wears on.
They must be
because-
exhausted.
We need to figure out what they make per day and find out what that 2.5 hours
I suppose you can go ahead and do that. But yeah, lately they've been tapering them off because they want to save their energy for the playoffs. Went back to it today, though, to relearn defense. They kind of forgot how to play those last 3 losses.
All right. Thanks, Tim.
Thanks for joining us, everyone.
We'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
I turned to...
But which one is your favorite? Maybe this? Maybe this? Or this?
Have I told you lately that I love you?
Or this one? Go ahead. You can't miss. K103 FM. All your soft rock favorites.
How do we at Verizon seem to know what you need?
How do we know when you need to juggle?
Yeah, you're gonna love it.
Or snuggle. How do we know you want to join the party?
No matter where you are.
Just call. We'll ask.
We'll listen.
We'll get to know your needs.
Then we'll put together the right package of products and services to help make your life a little easier.
Call now. We'll show you what we know. Verizon.
Get motivated today. Get really motivated now. Get 25% off dues and 25% off enrollment fee. Call 1-800-204-2400. It's the way we make you feel.
A man on the edge. He's been pushed to the brink by the NWO, and who knows what...
Another store, shop and save at Bedmart.
Want speed with low risk? Get broadband. AT&T Broadband Internet gives you high-speed access to streaming video, music, the wonders of the web without the delay of dial-up. Order now and keep your current service while you try AT&T Broadband Internet free for 30 days. Save $50 on premium installation and relax with our money-back guarantee. Get high speeds with low risk. Call 1-888-262-FAST now.
Hey, pretty boy, what's your name? You're just making me go insane. I see you standing there, don't know what to do, 'cause I just wanna be with you. Hey, I'm gonna be your girl. Hey, I'm gonna be your girl. Hey, I'm gonna be your girl. And now you're gonna be my guy.